You are listening to the Confidence Chronicles podcast, episode number 66.
Hola, hola. It's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start reclaiming your confidence. Start standing in your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. I am here to remind you I'm a confidence coach and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello there. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to the podcast. I just want to say a massive shout out because as I'm recording this, we're about to start the Global Sisterhood online program, which is my group coaching online. I do it in person in Melbourne for a year long, and then I have an online version, which we just launched this year, 2019. And I just want to shout out, we got our first mother-daughter duo. We've got a sister, twin sisters doing the Sisterhood Global program together, which is so damn beautiful. They're on other sides of the world. They're doing this together. And then two best friends that are in Austria, my homegirls, Clara and Stephanie. Shout out to all of you amazing women doing this program. I'm so freaking excited, each and every one of you. I'm pumped. I'm like so ready. I feel like, hurry up, August 11th. Let's do the damn thing. So I just wanted to shout y'all out because I see you doing the work. To my women in person, oh my goodness, I get to be with y'all again in August. A full day we are doing around worthiness, self-love, self-image. This is going to be a huge, I can feel it already bubbling inside everyone. It's going to be a fucking huge day because we've got a lot of that. I think for me, that's the biggest thing that women in the world have right now is self-worthiness issues and not being enough and not loving their bodies. And so, yeah, that's going to be one of my favorite days. Although I say that every single freaking day is my favorite. So thank you. Thank you for being here on the podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your fucking Instagram messages and all the love. I just love you guys so damn much. I cannot wait. Every time I do these podcast episodes, I'm in total joy. Today's episode is about the money. Okay, so I'm not a singer, but that's okay. It's about the dollar bills, y'all. Listen, I did an Instagram about this shit, and I fucking knew that it needed a podcast. I want to do 10 podcasts about money. Let me give you some background real quick so you know who's talking to you, okay? I grew up in Framingham, Massachusetts, which was ghetto. And when I say ghetto, it's not like fucking Brooklyn ghetto, right? It was just ghetto. We grew up in the ghetto. We had welfare, food stamps, no dad, just my mom. I grew up mainly in foster care because my mom would constantly be sick and in and out of mental hospitals. So I was always in foster care. Our house got broken into like twice a year. So our shit was always stolen. We got the hand-me-downs from the fucking hand-me-downs. There was food banks dropping shit off for Thanksgiving. And at the time, man, I was so ungrateful. What a little shit. I was so embarrassed that we had to take the bus and that our food stamps got rejected because we went over at the fucking grocery market basket shop. You know, I was such a shit when people would drop off the Thanksgiving basket. And now looking back, I'm like, you ungrateful little girl. Like, how amazing that I lived in a country where they had a food bank. Wow, perspective, right? But at the time, it wasn't cool to ride the bus. It wasn't cool to have food stamps. It wasn't cool to have any support or help to buy your clothing and all of that. And it wasn't cool that you didn't have a dad, for me, right? So I grew up with my mom, single mother, bipolar. She takes still 15 pills a day. She was in and out of foster care. We were poor. We didn't have shit. She still kind of lives a bit poor where she lives. Yes, we send her money because we're good kids. And we fly her here and help her and all that shit. And she helps us as well. It was hectic because she didn't really have empowering money beliefs. You know, she went to college, I think, on a grant. She did well in school. I didn't. You know, she tried as much as she could to teach me anything that she could about, you know, being empowered and owning my body and standing up for myself. But money-wise, there were no good beliefs there. So I grew up with everything. Money is evil. We don't have enough money. There's not enough money. All the white people around us that had a lot of money, they were privileged and they were lucky, and poor us and the Latinos, and we didn't have shit. And, we'll always struggle, and we're never going to have money, and we're never going to have nice cars. I didn't grow up with a car. She didn't have a car. She didn't have a license. So it's just crazy. Like all the money beliefs that you could think of that were not good, I had them, right? So I want to give you perspective when I now am speaking to you. And right now, I am a 6-figure coach, soon to be fucking 12-figure coach. I'm telling you that right now. But right now, this is where I'm at. And I want you to know that I'm coming to you as somebody who struggled her whole life, most of her life, had the most disempowering money beliefs, and was shit at math. When I'm talking about I got an F in every class, because imagine, I'm in foster homes, I'm in and out of schools. I went to every school in my town. I was very disrupted. I was disrupted in my childhood, and I sucked ass at school. I failed fucking everything. So I want you to know that when I come and speak to you about money, that I'm not coming from this, I had all the money, trust fund fucking kid, which if you're a trust fund kid, yeah, good on you. I'm just letting you know that I am coming at you with, it is possible for you to make a fuckload of money, and it is also possible for you to change your life, even if you don't have a fuckload of money. That's where I'm coming from, yeah? So we're clear on that, okay? Now, when I met my husband, Hamish, he was friends with a life coach. That was one of his clients because he was a personal trainer. And Tanja was a life coach. She was clairvoyant, and she ended up being the person who helped me start changing my life. She really took me to places I had never been to. She introduced us into inner work, which is doing the inner shit to heal your past, change your thoughts, change your life, change your mind, all of that. So, of course, I'm on fire with wanting to do this with every single woman I meet. And I'm finding ways to reach anybody I can from any socioeconomic level. Literally, this is why I have services, fucking price points for everybody. Like low, high, I have them. Loving Bitch Slap is easy. Fucking courses, I'm trying to build whatever I can to make sure that money is not a block for people to do something for themselves. Hence the free podcast, all the videos I do, as much as I can give the content to those of you that want to do it. Payment plan on a fucking payment plan, yes, that's me. So Tanja started me off. And from that moment, Hamish and I decided we wanted to do the work. Hamish was already working on himself. I started working on myself. I had a credit card when I came to Australia. When I met Hamish, that shit was halfway maxed out. I did not have good money beliefs. Let me tell you again, okay? Credit cards, all that shit. So what happened was that we started joining programs, getting mentors, working on ourselves, self-development, business coaching. We joined a cult. Anyway, I still haven't done that podcast. I need to do that podcast about the cult. We started working on ourselves, investing money. We didn't have our wedding. We didn't buy a wedding ring. We just fucking spent all the money we had and the money we didn't have on working on ourselves. And I had a lot to clean up and heal. And when I say clean up, it wasn't that I was dirty or I was broken, but there was a lot of shit that didn't serve me internally that I needed to let go of. Clean the wardrobe of my fucking inner mind and thoughts and inner body and beliefs and subconscious shit. Now, this is some shit that they should be teaching us in school. This is some shit, the thought work and the mind shit, I'm teaching my kids. Like, forget about it. I think this should be in school. It's not. And people have jobs like life coaches or therapists or coaching or anything, whatever it is, to work on your inner body, shamanic healing, energetic healing. These people are here to help us deal with our shit. And it costs money. Of course it does. It's a service. It's a business that people provide, that I provide. And so I want to talk to you today because I hear so much about money, about how I don't have money, it costs too much, I want to do it, but I don't have the money to do it, or one day when I have the money, or I just bought a house, so I'll just have to look at my finances, as if it's some book that you open up and go, okay, where am I? Can I have a look? No, it's a little bit of an excuse, if I'm real and I'm honest, and I'm saying all of this with love, that we tell ourselves that keeps us from investing in ourselves and doing the work. There's a fuckload of mom guilt out there for mothers that don't want to pay on programs or pay on self-development to work on themselves because they feel bad. There's women without children, just women who don't have kids, who are young, that feel bad spending 2, 3, 4, 5 grand on themselves to invest on their mind. They feel bad. Like, this shit kills me. I'm like, what? But you are happily to buy a $2,000 fucking handbag, or you're happy to buy shoes, makeup, lipstick, food, fucking festival tickets, I don't know, injections in your lips or Botox, right? Which I'm not saying any of that's bad, by the way. But that shit is the material world. That shit is the external confidence. That shit is not going to give you fucking inner confidence where you're going to know who you are and change your world. It's not, I'm sorry. All the shoes in the world won't give you confidence. They won't. What's going to help you is either coaches, people, programs, books, podcast. Doesn't have to be somebody you pay. YouTube fucking videos, something that pushes your mindset enough to challenge your status quo in your head, to challenge the beliefs and the bad thoughts and the negative bullshit about yourself, to challenge the old mindset, to challenge your old paradigm. That's the shit that's going to change your life. And here's what kills me. People say to me all the time, Erica, I want to do the sisterhood. I want to do your program, but I don't have the money. Guess what? I did a podcast about this, the 5 excuses you need to drop. And one of them was obviously I don't have the money. Money is a resource. It's a resource. We put so much power into money. My coach said this shit to me once, and I fell over. I was like, you're so right. So I'm going to share it with you. Money is a resource. If you put your power into money and you become a slave to money, that's what you are. A slave to money, and money has the power over you. And you will never get the power over money. Sorry about that. Instead of you becoming more resourceful, you are your best asset. You are your best resource. Your mind, your brain, your thoughts, your thinking, how you can create. You as the human species, you are so amazing. And if you put the power into yourself to become resourceful, to find a way instead of an excuse, to figure out how can I do that if I wanted to? If I wanted to make sure I had the money for that, how could I create it? Tony Robbins, I'll talk about him again. I love him. He always says the quality of your questions will determine the quality of your fucking life. Are you saying, how come I never have enough money? Or are you going, how can I create the money to be able to pay for that? What could I do? What are the things I could do in order to find the money? Who can I speak to? Who can help me? How can I, instead of, I don't have, or why don't I? Victim fucking questions instead of empowered creator questions. And here's what I have to say to you. If you want to pay for something, if you want to invest in yourself, number one, it's the best investment you can ever make. I will invest in myself 70 million times over before I ever buy an external thing, a material thing. Ever. Before I ever do that. I will invest in a coach. I still work on my shit, reading books, growing my brain. Upgrade your fucking brain. Your brain is old school, 200 million years old. And if you don't upgrade that shit, it's still in that tribe mentality where we need to people please. It's still in that fucking survival mode where we're looking for shit that's not right. We don't like change. If you don't upgrade your brain, you don't know shit. If you don't become woke as fuck right now, you're going to get left behind. And you're going to pass it down to your kids if you're a parent, which is worse, right? And you create your own reality. So here's what I want to say to you. Here are some things that you could do. If you keep telling yourself, I don't have the money, I just don't have the money, I don't have the money, that's an excuse that's going to stick with you forever. Or you can shake that shit off and you can figure out a way to make shit happen. Because you do have money. If I'm talking to you, by the way, if you're listening to this podcast, you're most likely in a world where you have internet connection. So quite literally, you're like, I think it's like 70% of the world lives on less than $3 a day. So if you're listening to this podcast, you are that small percentage of people that have more privilege than that 70% of people who live in a fucking third world country and do not have clean running water, okay? So perspective for 1 minute. And those stats could be a little bit off because it was a while back since my mentor told me about those stats. So don't kill me if the stats are wrong. But what I'm saying to you is, if you are listening to me, you have internet. You have Wi-Fi, you have a mobile phone, you have a library, you have a Facebook, you have an Instagram, you have a drfuckinggoogle.com, and you can check and you can learn. So the fact is that we live in a world where the information is at our fingertips, literally. There is no excuse for why we can't grow and become who we want to become. Not in 2019. So you have money, what are you spending your money on? Do you buy cigarettes? Do you buy a fuckload of alcohol? Do you buy a shitload of clothes? Do you have a bazillion outfits? You have a fucking million outfits in your wardrobe, still say I don't have nothing to wear? Do you buy a shitload of shoes? Do you have an obsession with Louis Vuitton, even though maybe you can't afford it? Do you have a fucking house that costs a fuckload of money? As Gary Vee says, you buy these big ass houses because society pressures you, or you feel like you should own a home by 35. You buy the fucking home and you're tight as hell and you don't even use the house. Half of the house doesn't get used. You live in one room. You spend your money on going out with your girlfriends or dinners, or what is it? You are spending your money on something is what I'm trying to tell you right now. Takeaway, Uber, I don't know. But you're spending your money on something. Figure out what that is first and foremost. If you want to know how to make more money or invest your money better, you need to know what the fuck am I spending my money on? Like your time, like everything else. What am I spending my money on? Number 2, you want to make some more money? Can you find a way to create money? Here are just a few things that you could do if you really wanted to invest in yourself. You could sell some shit. You could have a fucking yard sale. You could ask for a pay rise. You could work 2 jobs or 3 jobs. You could get a side hustle on your fucking side hustle, right? You could get a loan. You could ask a family member for some money. You could get a credit card. I don't advise it, but that's what I did. You better believe that the only way, and I did a podcast about this, that me and Hamish worked on ourselves, we maxed this shit out. Would I do it again? Fuck to the yes. Why? Because now I know how to create money. Now I have empowered beliefs around money. Now I'm like, man, money doesn't run me. I make the money. And money is a value exchange. It's an energy exchange, by the way. It's not this thing that we put up on a pedestal like it's running the world and it's so evil and oh my God, and it's not. So the power that you have over yourself to be a creator, instead of always depending on, do I have enough money, and living as a slave to money. You could sell some shit. You could create a product or a service. You like when you think about how you can make it happen, all of your mind starts working on how to make it happen. When you think about, I can't do it, that's it. It's closed door. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're like, man, I really want to join a program. I want to get a mentor. I want to go on a retreat. I want to buy this thing. I want to buy this product. I want to buy this online program. Whatever the fuck. If you think it's going to help you, I want to buy a book. This book is going to change my life. How can you find a way to create the funds to do that? Instead of find an excuse why it won't happen. And I hear it all the time. I'm like, yeah, one day. Stop telling yourself the bullshit lie about one day. That means it's not that important to you. What is important to you? What you spend your money on now? That's what's important to you. Netflix is important to you. What else is important to you? What are you spending your money on? And if you don't know, like, you need to know. Especially if you're telling yourself, if you're feeding yourself that I want to work on myself. It's really important that I change my life and I work on myself and that I heal my life. If that's important, you're going to find a way to do it. If it's not important, you're not going to find a way. You're going to be like, oh, and that's Jim Rohn's quote, you know? Jim Rohn says, you either find a way or you find an excuse. And when it becomes a must do, the shit that you must do, you find a way. This crazy ass story, one of my mentors used to say that if your loved one, the person you love the most, think about the person that you love the most right now and imagine them sick, they were dying, and they needed $25,000 in order to be healed. They were dying and they needed $25,000, and that could help them, and they would not die if they got $25,000. It keeps them alive and healthy. Would you find a way to get them that money? Most people are fucking like, hells to the yeah, I would. Are you kidding me? My kid, my husband, my daughter, hell yeah. They would rather find a way for that person to stay alive. They would do it. And then I'm like, what about you for yourself? Would you find a way to invest in yourself if it would change your life for the better? And most of the time we won't. And I'm like, what? Like, that trips me out, because we have the ability to find a way. The problem is we put all our power into money like it's this fucking thing that you either have or you don't. And remember, I'm talking to you if you're in a first world country and you have internet and you have the ability to make money. We all do. If you're not in a first world country, obviously no. Right? So perspective on who I'm speaking to. But please stop telling yourself that you don't have the money and that's why you're not XYZ in your life. It's bullshit. Where are you spending your money? And what are you valuing? What are you allowing first? Are you valuing drinks with your girlfriends and dinner with your girlfriends and fucking Gucci bags that you can't afford for real, but you buying that shit anyway so that you look cool to people who don't fucking like you anyway and they still won't like you even though you got the Gucci bag? Fuck those people. Turn that shit around to invest in yourself, because here's what I know for sure. If you have pain, if you have been through trauma, if you have had a fucked up upbringing, if you've got shit going on and you do not deal with that, it is going to deal with you. It is going to show up in your relationships, how you treat your kids, how your kids are raised, fucking every way. In your body, it's going to manifest in every way. So it is literally your birthright to work on your shit. And if you do not have a way, you need to find a way. Hopefully some of those little ways that I said work for you. I fucking give it up to those of you out there who have decided to do work on yourself and you make it happen. There's one lady who I love to death, who she ended up messaging me, can I get a payment plan? I think I need to come to the retreat. I really feel like I need to come to this retreat. The retreat we just did in Bali. She asked for a payment plan. Boom, I gave her the payment plan. Why? Because she said she wanted to work it out. You want to work it out? I'll work it out with you. Let's do it. She showed up. She did it. She said to me, listen, I think I need to join the sisterhood. Can I get a payment plan? She's on a payment plan and now has another payment plan for the fucking payment plan. And you know what? I was jumping for joy inside myself. Like, hell yeah. Why? I don't give a fuck about the payment. Are you willing to make it happen for yourself? You know what I saw in her? Me. I saw myself in her. I saw the grit. I saw the hardworking woman who maybe didn't have all the funds, but wanted to do the work and was committed to doing the work. Hell yeah, I'm going to work with you. Hell yeah, I'm going to meet you halfway. If anything you take out of this podcast is I want you to stop telling yourself that it's money that's holding you back. It's not. It's not money. It is your mindset around money. It is your mindset that you can't and that you don't have what it takes to do it financially. And you haven't thought about how could you become the creator. So I want to leave you with that. Stop telling yourself that you wish that one day. Maybe it's not important to you. And that's okay. You don't have to pretend it's important to you. Who gives a fuck? Maybe it's not important to you to work on your shit or invest in yourself. Cool. When you're ready, you're ready. But please stop lying to yourself, telling yourself that it's important. Because if it is, you'll find a fucking way to do it, not an excuse. I love you. I say this with all the love in the world. And I remember who's talking to you. I feel you. Zero fucking good money beliefs. Zero. Yet in a year, I turned around from no money. Literally, we had no fucking money last year, to making 6 figures in my business by working my fucking face off and by expelling every single bullshit money belief that did not serve me. And if I can do that shit when I literally was like 2 + 2 is 4, that's all I knew, like no math skills, no nothing skills, then you can do it too. So I'm here for that. I love you so damn much. I hope you have a beautiful week filled with empowering money beliefs. And if you need more, hit me up on Instagram. I love you so damn much, my loves. I'll talk to you on the next podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your time, your ears, your support, your love, your questions. Please connect. You can head over to Instagram at The Queen of Confidence or Facebook at The Queen of Confidence and hit me up. Or if you're not on Facebook or Instagram, email me, y'all. My email is erica@thequeenofconfidence.com. I cannot wait to hear from you. I thank you. I love you. This podcast is for you. Go out there and be great, y'all.